Now, in its desperation to make the Belt and Road succeed, China is taking a dangerous path. It is forcing projects down the throats of its partners. Case in point, Myanmar. It signed a contract with Beijing. Now Myanmar regrets it. It is trying to resist China's debt trap. The powerful generals of Myanmar have spoken out. They're upset with China for forcing BRI projects on them. This is about the China-Myanmar Economic Corridor, something that is similar to the CPEC in Pakistan. This is to give China access to the Bay of Bengal, as well as the eastern part of the Indian Ocean region. Now, Myanmar's national debt stands at $10 billion, out of which $4 billion is owed to China. Reports say Myanmar has to pay $500 million every year to China. They don't have that kind of money. To balance the scales, Myanmar has now turned to India. It wants to expedite infrastructure projects with India. India and Myanmar are working on a transit transportation project. It goes through the state of Mizoram in India. The project will open up sea routes and a highway transport system. It will link a seaport in Kolkata to Rakhine and the Chin states in Myanmar. These projects will help Myanmar, but they won't suit China. So Beijing is playing dirty. Reports say China is arming rebel groups that could target Indian interests in Myanmar. We've reported this before on the show. Myanmar has accused China of arming the Arakan Army, the group that operates in the Rakhine state, also the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army. Last year, a report had claimed that the armies of India and Myanmar had thwarted an attack on a transport project. The attacker was apparently the Arakan Army. And this is not the first time that China has been accused of supporting armed groups with weapons and funds in Myanmar. Between 2015 and 2017, Chinese citizens were accused of funding the Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army. This is a communist-inspired armed group. It used a WeChat account to collect more than $500,000 in donations. Payments made by Chinese citizens were allegedly held in Chinese banks. This included AG Bank, one of the state-owned Chinese lenders. The accounts were suspended after news agency Reuters reported about it. China has supported more insurgent groups in this country. Chinese cash has fueled the United WA State Army. What is this? This is Myanmar's largest armed ethnic group. A Chinese businessman gave it as much as $1.5 billion. By the way, this funding came from a Ponzi scheme. That businessman had defrauded nearly 1 million Chinese investors. They lost some $7.6 billion. It's very murky business. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that Myanmar is wary of Chinese investments. It is expediting projects backed by India.